Tapiru is a weird Japanese verb. Tapi is a shorthand of tapioca, or the stuff that's in bubble tea. And since tapiokaru is a tad bit too long, people decided to have a short and sweet version. Tapi. This is used mostly online or by gyaru, and it means that you're gonna go drink some bubble tea. What a weird verb, huh? There's lots of verbs like this in Japanese that just take like some random noun or sound and make it a verb, like tapiru. And so if you've ever attentively listened to Japanese, you might have actually picked up on a lot of words ending with the sound ru, and these words are likely to be verbs, like taberu, miru, or kuru. The kanji part at the front of the verb conveys the meaning, while the ru at the end is telling us that the word we're looking at is indeed a verb. But what if we can cut off the kanji part and glue the ru to other verbs? And that is exactly what I'll go into today. My name is Nerazawa. I've been learning Japanese for a few years now, and I would like to share the knowledge and wonderful word of new-made Japanese words that are comprised of a variety of words, nouns, onomatopoeia, loanwords, etc. So without any further ado, let's go! Let's start off with a verb that comes from an English word, so a loanword. That loanword is buzz, and the verb in question is bazuru. Bazuru means to go viral or to, be a buzz online. 最近バズってる動画, for example, means a video that has been very popular recently, a viral video or a trending video. So yeah, we can already see one of the origins these kind of verbs can come from English. Another verb that starts with ba and is a loanword from English is baguru. Baguru. This comes from the English word bug. And no, I don't mean the little critter, guys. I mean bug as in something's bugging in a video game. And yeah, you just use this when something's bugging, like, oh, my VR chat is bugging, etc. Similar to baguru, there's also raguru, which just means to lag. So you can say that your game's bugging or that you're lagging. Baguru and raguru. Where you can already see the pattern. We're just taking a random word and putting ru after it, and somehow it becomes a verb. I think this is actually really cool and interesting and gives a lot of way for, creative expression. But you'll see what I mean in a second. Another word that we actually also have in English is guguru. Guguru. As you can guess, this means to Google something, the popular search engine. And actually, there's a saying or an internet shorthand in Japanese, GGRKS, which means gugurekasu. Gugurekasu. And this just means, oh, Google it, you idiot. I think this will be a very useful word on your Japanese learning journey, especially if you're spending time in, Japanese Discord servers and you're too lazy to explain yourself. So you just say, gugurekasu. Go Google it, idiot. If you know a little bit about Japanese, you will know that not just loanwords are written in katakana, but also onomatopoeia. And this is kind of where these kind of words divide because, there's different types of these. It's not all loanwords, there's also some katakana words. For example, pochiru means to buy something online because pochi is the sound a button makes when you press it, or in this case, the mouse makes when you press it. So this just means to buy something online. And this is where the nuance of buying something online comes from. Because when you're in real life, you don't make the pochi sound when you buy something, right? You buy something online, and that's why it's pochiru. Another verb that incorporates onomatopoeia in its meaning is bibiru. Bibiru. This is a short form of biku biku suru, and it means to be scared. So bibiru is kind of like the short version for that. There's also stuff like doyaru, which comes from doya, and doya is kind of like smug or grin kind of face, like eating grin. So doyaru just means to, do that kind of like smug / smiling face. Alright, enough of onomatopoeia by now. I know I have traumatized you with my other video where I was talking about onomatopoeia briefly, which you can also check out, link is in the description down below. But yeah, let's get back to English words. Something that is very useful is the word kopiru. I wonder if you can guess what this one means. Yes, it comes from the word copy, and it means to copy something. This can also be used for, copying something like digitally, like copy-paste or kopipe in Japanese. The next one I do, from time to time when I'm not really feeling it, and that is saboru. This one's a little bit harder to guess because the sabo part from saboru comes from sabotage. But I'm not sabotaging something because I feel like it. Saboru actually means to skip class. Weird, huh? Akin to kopiru, there's also memoru. which comes from the word memo. And this means to note down something or, just to take notes. Memoru. So if you copied something that someone else memorued and you got like a word or two wrong or a spelling mistake, you absolutely misurud. You shouldn't have saborued on that English class, huh? And yeah, misuru just means to make a mistake or to be wrong. Mistake, and ru, the verb forming suffix. When you misuru, there's a high chance, especially if you're like me, you will panikuru. You'll try to like frantically rewrite everything, start sweating, and yeah. Panikuru means to panic. To describe that sort of situation where you're at your wit's end, you could say you are temparu. Temparu means to be at one's wit's end. Interestingly enough, this comes from mahjong, and it means that one more tile or hai, that's where the pa comes from, is all that is needed to win the hand. And yeah, you've made it to the end of this video. We're not done yet though. 2 verbs that I couldn't fit anywhere in here is kokuru, which means to confess, and moteru, to be popular. What's interesting with these 2 verbs is that they come from a Japanese word, like a 100% Japanese word, and they turn it into a verb. Also, if you're a little bit more advanced with your Japanese, you might know that there's 2 groups of verbs, ichidan and godan. I won't explain them in detail. I do want to mention though that all of the verbs that we have mentioned in this video can be conjugated with godan. So if you want to put guguru in the past form, you would say gugutta. If you want to put it in the tek form, you would say gugutte. If you want to put it in the imperative form, you just say gugure. So I googled and Google it. But yeah, I might make a video on verb conjugations another day. But yeah, that's it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe with the bell icon to support my channel. And tell me what you think down in the comments below. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, where, I post VR chat stuff, updates, drawings, literally everything that doesn't make it to the YouTube channel, which is a lot. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, and mata nera! Bye bye!